I figured I would start out just by introducing myself briefly. So I am a licensed master of social worker. I was a clinician prior to this. I did intensive in-home care with young children prenatal to age 6 who had experienced any sort of trauma. Now I am here, and I am the client support and program coordinator. I also have experience in several child care centers, so a special part of my job here that I can offer is to go into our child care center and also offer some support, some guidance on any behaviors, anything that we're seeing there. So I can do a wide range of my job here. I'm very excited to be here as well. In the last 3 weeks, I have learned so much. I have really broadened my horizons. I've already written a grant that I am confident that we will get on the floor and running, and hopefully we will hear back very soon. We're submitting it tomorrow, so fingers crossed. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Everybody here has been absolutely phenomenal. They've been so helpful and kind, and everybody greets me with a smile. I come in every day loving work, which is awesome. I am truly lucky to be able to say that I can do that. I also find that everybody here is very willing to help me and teach me if I don't know. I'm not one that sits back and if I have a question, I hold it to myself. I'm more than happy to go out and ask and find somebody who knows the answer, and they're all very open to that. So I thank everybody. I do have many updates for you. My last couple weeks have been busy, which is phenomenal. I guess I would start off with the Johnson O'Connor Research Foundation. I'm not sure if you are familiar with this foundation, but it is something that Kathy had taken to children to in the past for aptitude testing, and I am currently I'm in contact with both the New York stations and Boston to set up an opportunity for us to bring at least 10 children at a time from the Torrington Public Schools to Boston. The population that we're really focusing on at the moment is those children that are in the classrooms that are falling in between the cracks. Those children that are maybe graduating in a couple months and they have no idea what they want to do with their life. They think they may not be good enough, or they don't know what their next step is. They're just trying to make it day by day. And they may be in that swing of poverty where they are going every single day and it's generational. Mm-hmm. And we want to be able to help them and to bring them out of that. And so that's really our next step with the Johnson O'Connor Research Foundation. They're more than happy to partner with us, which we're excited for. The next thing is STEAM. Yeah.
Would you want to take that Johnson O'Connor test so you know what it is?
Sure, I would be willing to.
What do you think, Kathy?
Sure. I thought it was great.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wreck the video.
That's okay.
Actually, one of the things we also talked about in our last meeting here at the board when we talked about Johnson O'Connor was if we're trying to get the Torrington schools, on board with this, we may want to invite one of their key personnel to also do it.
Yes. Yeah,
so.
That would be great.
Yeah.
So next, this is something that I've been working on today, is Next Gen Smarty Pants. So that is an organization that is out of Canton, Connecticut, and Paris is the man who created this program. I was talking with him today. He's a very delightful man. He started the program because of his daughter. He's an engineer, and I spoke with him, and on Tuesday, actually, I'm going to Canton to see him and his shop and to get to know Next Gen firsthand. And also I spoke with him about different places that he has Next Gen actually being implemented into the school system. They're being implemented right in Region 6 schools, and I had contacted both of their principals at Northwest Region 6 Wamogo, so the high school, and also Goshen Center School. The high school has a robotics team, which we are interested in implementing into Torrington Public Schools, into the high school. We had Next Gen Smarty Pants in the high school prior, and we are looking to adjust that program slightly than what we had in the past, and so I think the robotics program would be very beneficial. And so I'm going to learn a little bit more about the robotics team that they have at Wamogo and see how it's running there, see their feedback. And then also on Tuesday, I'm going to Goshen Center School. I spoke with Miss Kilty. She's their principal there. She's fantastic, and she offered me to come and see it firsthand. It's unfortunately their last session in this round, but she spoke extremely highly of it. She says that it is a fantastic model that all of their children love. Their parents speak very highly of it. The teachers love it, and she had a lot to say. I have a lot of positive things to say about this program. So we are excited to take the next step with Next Gen and implement that into Torrington Public Schools as well. I would like to, I'm not sure if we spoke about this prior to me coming up here, but I would like to get the program committee to meet this Tuesday. I'm hoping at around 9 o'clock. If anybody is interested, we would like to talk about this program and getting together with the Torrington Public Schools. I have a message out to Ms. Sulabomsky. She is the superintendent at Torrington Public Schools, and we would like to meet with her to sit down and talk about implementing these programs into the classrooms. My next step is financial literacy. We currently have Jonathan Jacobson. He's an MBA from Yale, and he is implementing a financial literacy group that we have in collaboration with the Torrington Public Library. Jill Veras, she runs a group with teenagers that go to Torrington Public Schools, and she runs that, I believe it's monthly, at the Torrington Public Library, and she has a large group of children that she feels would be very excited to join this group. So we are anticipating a large amount of participants, hopefully, fingers crossed. We are looking for children ages 14 to 19. It'll be 6 sessions beginning in April 8th. And so far, we have 2 signed up, but we just put out the flyer this week. So to already have 2 signing up is good. We're excited for it. I've been working with Jan Lyon on the RAP program, the Relatives as Parents program, through our Brookdale grant. We recently revised the budget to adjust for the community needs. We noticed that we were getting a lot of people asking for evening hours for this group because currently the group runs during the day. But we are now going to be offering an evening program where we will offer babysitting as well. So these families that are working and providing for their families during the day are able to participate in the evening and still have that support. And then also we are going to work in collaboration with Maria Gonzalez from New Opportunities. She has provided us with some amazing women that are going to help us run a Spanish-speaking Relatives as Parents group so we can also reach that population. I had been a part of a meeting this morning, and what was mentioned was that there is no support for the families that are Spanish speaking in Torrington. There are no support groups, and so for us to be able to offer that is going to be important and valuable to the Torrington community. We are also going to begin a grant for our Center for Children's Therapy. I had originally met with a few wonderful women from a group called TAFA, which is the Torrington Area Families for Autism. And this woman has a child that is on the autism spectrum, and she mentioned that there is a lack of support services for families with children on the autism spectrum. So I took that and I ran with it, and I wanted to create a support group for them, more specifically a social skills group. So that's where this kind of initiated, and then when I mentioned it to Kathy, she had said, that's great, we've already been talking about it. So that's where we're kind of collaborating. Our CCT staff had mentioned that they would like to do a social skills group as well. And then as this has evolved, we have decided that we have a large population of children in the community that need speech services that are not able to find these services because the wait lists are so long. And that's all around, and that's what I've gathered from many different families and different community providers is that people sit on a wait list. And so what we at Brooker are deciding to do is to run 2 different summer programs during this summer, several different groups. So there's a younger child group and an older child group, and the younger child group will be ran by parents and one of our speech and language pathologists, and the older children group will just have 2 speech and language pathologists. They will be 6 sessions, and we are requesting a grant from the Rotary, and I will be writing that and sending that off to them. We are also we're looking for this to be a small revenue-based project as well, so we can gain some revenue for the staffing, the salary that's necessary. But we will, in the grant, I'm looking to include scholarship funds as well for families that are not able to afford this group. And then for the social skills group, we are looking to still continue that, but in the fall. lastly, we are submitting our Latino Women's Internship Program grant tomorrow. It is through the Northwest Connecticut Community Foundation Women and Girls Fund. We are requesting a $5,000 grant, and this program that we are going to implement consists of 2 Latino women in the Torrington area between the ages of 17 and 40 years old. We wanted to give them the opportunity to empower them to gain future skills in the community and in the workforce, and just to be able to build a better future. So this is a paid internship. It will be a 20-hour per week internship for 6 weeks, and we will be paying them $15 an hour, and we are working in collaboration with New Opportunities. And that's Maria Gonzalez there. And so we found, again, that the Spanish-speaking population in Torrington was under-supported, and to be able to give them the opportunity to gain these skills that they need to then succeed in the workforce, whether that's resume building, communication, writing skills, anything that they need, and we'll be able to help them here. So really what we're looking to do is to speak with them and see what they would like to learn and what their interests are for their future, and how Brooker Memorial and New Opportunities can better support them. And through that, they'll also be receiving supervision through myself, and then somebody at New Opportunities who will see their intern. So they'll have one intern, and we will also have one, and then we will be meeting together to do these support groups for them to be able to support them in this journey here and forward. And I'm not sure if we mentioned this, but Monday we have an open house, and so I've been doing a lot of outreach to different people in the community, asking them to please come to the open house. So if any of you are available, Monday from 6 to 7:30. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, Cassie.
I've been busy.
I have, it's great.
So she's jumped right in.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
What are you doing in your spare time?